Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's What's Up Wednesday series. If you're new here, we meet with guests of our network and share resources out to the industry. Today, we have Brigid McDonnell and Nancy Silva, who are both part of the Expanded Food and Nutrition program at Colorado State University Extension. They're going to be going over all of things regarding that program here with us today. So hi, Brigid and Nancy. Thank you so much and welcome for being here today.
Thank you for having us today. We're really excited to share a little bit about Colorado State University Extension and EFNEP with the audience today. My name is Brigid McDonnell, and I'm the Nutrition Program Supervisor for CSU Extension. And I also work as a research associate in the Department of Food Science and Human Nutrition at CSU in Fort Collins. So for those of you who don't know, Colorado State University Extension is actually part of a nationwide land grant university system that provides research-based information and non-credit educational programs to the citizens of Colorado. Colorado State University's Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program, or EFNEP, is a federally funded program that helps families increase their knowledge, skills, and behaviors on nutrition, food safety, physical activity, and food budgeting. So here with me today is Nancy Silva, one of our EFNEP educators.
Hi, everybody. My name is Nancy Silva, and I have worked for CSU Extension in Arapahoe County for about 7 years and a half. I teach adults, teenagers, 3rd and 5th grade, the youth nutrition program. So I help them do really good recipes, and I teach them all about nutrition.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We appreciate that really good overview. It's always helpful to get everyone's kind of background and how they got in the position. So to kick us off here, who is eligible for the EFNEP program?
So EFNEP is a nutrition education program for parents with young children. Individuals that are eligible for assistance programs such as SNAP, WIC, or Head Start are also eligible for EFNEP. As I mentioned earlier, EFNEP also teaches youth classes. And I teach at high schools and elementary schools that have at least 50% of their students receiving free and reduced lunch.
Awesome. Good deal. So what does the program provide kind of overall? Break it down for those who may be really unfamiliar with it.
Yeah, EFNEP helps families make healthy lifestyle choices. So we're going to talk today a little bit about our adult programming. And through a 9-lesson curriculum called Eating Smart, Being Active, participants learn all about how to choose healthy foods, to be more physically active, to save money on food, and to keep those foods safe to eat. So our Eating Smart, Being Active program is typically taught in person. And we teach small groups of parents who we meet with once a week for about 90 minutes. And we usually do it on site at schools, Head Starts, WICs, and other places within the community.
Sure.
However, during COVID, we had to redesign our Eating Smart, Being Active program to offer the lessons remotely. So we're still doing that. So that's what we're going to talk with you about today, our Eating Smart, Being Active remote lesson series. And it's now an online lesson videos that are followed by a live discussion like we're doing today via Zoom.
Perfect.
So each week, Nancy would email the participants some information, which would include a link to a pre-recorded video. And what's really nice about this remote lesson series is it's quite convenient for parents. Sure. Because they can watch these pre-recorded videos at a time that's convenient for them during the week. The videos are 15 minutes in length. We also send out a featured recipe of the week for them to make on their own at home.
Fun.
And some physical activity videos to keep them active. And then once a week, we meet as a group for this live discussion where Nancy or another EFNEP educator chats with the group about what they saw in the videos and talks about how they'll incorporate that information into their family's habits. So the live discussions happen once a week and they last sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes, just depends on the lesson and the number of people in the group. So for right now, what we're offering, these remote lessons, all you need is the internet and a computer or smartphone to access those pre-recorded videos we'll be sending out.
Perfect.
So now that the school year is ending and many parents also don't have childcare for the summer, we will continue to offer Eating Smart, Being Active as a virtual program. But back when kids get into school in the fall, we hope to be offering our program in person, and we still might offer it as this remote option for families who find it more convenient.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's been a great thing for us to learn. We hadn't been teaching remotely, and I think a lot of our participants are enjoying the flexibility it offers.
Right. It's a learning curve, but there's kind of an advantage of learning how to do things remotely and not having to be in person. So that's great that you guys have kind of been able to accommodate that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what will participants learn through this when they do receive with the program? And kind of what will they receive?
So the classes are really fun. So basically, I make them fun. I try to make them as fun as possible. Yeah, so I share lots of important information during the lessons, but we also learn together by doing different activities in the classroom and during, our discussions. So label reading and product comparison. So we do a lot about hands-on activities. In every lesson, we want our participants to be able to make informed decisions about the foods they purchase and prepare for their families. Meal planning, unit pricing, and other smart shopping techniques are skill we teach the participants to help them basically stretch their food dollars. During the lessons, also participants learn cooking skills that help them prepare more meals and snacks for their families. Hand washing safely. So we do teach them, how to wash, their hands and, wash all their produce, avoid cross-contamination and cooking foods to the proper internal temperatures. We also teach participants about the positive impact of incorporating physical activity to their daily lives, so to the routines. And basically, exercise does not have to be expensive. We do not need, to pay extra memberships or anything.
Sure.
We do show them like basic that they could do at home. And after attending online lessons, participants also receive a walking DVD, and I'll show you guys that one right here. So it's a walking DVD you guys receive. So these segments, you walk a mile in 15 minutes. We also provide you guys with a magnet with the internal temperatures for all your proteins. And then we also give you guys a cookbook with 50 recipes.
Wow.
And they're really, really good recipes, very easy to make. So our participants really love them. So there's a lot of really good recipes in here. And then lastly, you guys get a personalized certificate, graduation certificate, when you finish 9 lessons.
Awesome.
Okay.
There's all kinds of stuff included in there. Holy cow.
Yeah. Yes. And they're very good.
That's awesome. So kind of what are the overall benefits and outcomes of the program for both providers and their families involved?
Yeah, well, CSU Extension FNEP doesn't charge for our services. So these fun classes Nancy was describing, whether they're in person or virtual, are free for participants, free for providers. And like Nancy shared, there's so much good information. That's a huge benefit. But there's also a big benefit of getting together with parents and who have maybe kids the same age as you do, and being able to share and learn together. It's a social experience. You get once a week, you get together with people who have similar questions and goals as you. So it's a fun way to learn and improve your family's health. One other feature of our program that we didn't mention, Eating Smart Being Active also has a free mobile app. So you just download our Eating Smart Being Active app in the App Store, and it's great because it's like Eating Smart Being Active on the go. It's got all of our recipes. It's got tips for being physically active, a step counter, just lots of great things. So there's so many benefits to being enrolled in the program. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to meet new people. You're going to have a good time. Because we are a federally funded nutrition education program, we need to actually collect information on what our participants are learning. So we do that very simply through a questionnaire that participants fill out at the beginning of the lesson series and then again at the end of the lesson series. And when we take a look at what they learned over the course of the 9 lessons, I don't want to toot our own horn, but it's quite impressive.
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, our participants really do learn something new in every lesson, and they start to change their habits and behaviors, and they tell us about it. So we have lots of great success stories we hear from our participants, but our actual data comparing what people learned during the series is impressive.
That's incredible. Yeah.
Over 90% of our participants report to us that they're improved their diets and are eating more fruits and vegetables, limiting sugar sweetened beverages, cooking more at home. 85% of our participants last year said that they increased the amount of physical activity they're doing each day.
Wow.
Yeah, that's well past the majority. Yeah. And participants tell us about how they've adopted different food safety practices, like Nancy mentioned. Maybe it's washing our hands, but maybe it's other things like using that meat thermometer to take the internal temperature of foods.
Sure.
And avoiding cross-contamination. And that's really important. Keeping our families safe saves us money too, right?
Like it goes past that initial lesson and continues on. Yeah, that's great.
Yep. And we do hear a lot of our participants after taking the lessons are more confident cooking at home. And cooking and preparing food at home makes it easier to eat healthy because you have control over what ingredients you're putting in those recipes. But it also does make a big difference in your food budget. So giving people the confidence to cook healthy, easy, and expensive meals makes a big difference. So our participants really enjoy our lessons, and we enjoy teaching them. So
yeah, that's great.
It's a great benefit for everyone and for our partners, you know.
Especially with the childcare industry, they feed several children all at once. So that's super important. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. So what are some of the best recommended or maybe favorite lessons or learning topics that are included in the program?
Okay, so all these lessons have valuable information. And I remember when I first started my training to become a nutrition educator, I changed so many of my habits based on the lesson information. So I used to eat a lot of salt. So I do share that part. So I learned, a lot from these lessons. So I think two of the most popular lessons that I love and I enjoy to teach is the Plan, Shop, and Save and the Make a Change. So I love helping my participants save money. Participants really appreciate the tips I share about planning meals and making a grocery list. So very important to make a grocery list.
Right.
But it's also sticking to your grocery list and, telling them, that if they're hungry, they want to eat first before they go grocery shopping because they tend to buy everything that comes across, their eye. So, and they don't stick to that grocery list. So I do help them also, to pay attention to the nutrition facts labels once they're in the store to decide, what's better for their health. It is so rewarding to hear these participants share how they put information and they learn in the Plan, Shop, Save lesson, and they put it into practice. In the Make a Change lesson is eye-opening for everybody because in this lesson, we teach the participants why we need to limit fat, sugar, and sodium, but also how to select foods that are low in these, in the sugar content and fat.
Sure.
It's all how making small changes in all the ingredients that they cook with at home, and how to, substitute one for another. Talking about the beverages. So basically we do have oh my goodness. I gotta kind of
You're good.
So we do have in the lessons we do teach them how to, how much like sugar is in each, can of soda. So that's something that they catch right away and they're all like, kind of surprised. So we do a lot of visual activities, hands-on, and then, from there on they see, what's like the benefit of one thing from another.
Wow. Yeah. Just even from that quick overview of both of those are my favorite too now. That's great.
So we do talk a lot about that, how much sodium and sugar, fast food restaurants have.
Wow. All right. That's great. So if people are interested, how can they get started? Kind of who can they reach out to in order to learn more or ask questions about this topic?
Yeah, so if you're interested in signing up for the classes, we went ahead and have the remote lesson series flyer that you're sharing for us. And on that flyer, and Nancy's going to hold up an example too. So we've got this flyer in the comments section, and this has Nancy's direct cell phone number. So you could call Nancy directly and ask her more about the classes or talk with her about signing up. There's also a QR code on there. And I know several of your participants are in different counties. So if you click on the, take a picture of the QR code, you'll get a very short survey that asks you about where you live and some information, and someone, myself or another person in our state office, will get back to you and try and figure out, when would be a good time to teach you these lessons, if you have friends or family or neighbors you want to take the group with. So we could do it that way. If you have other general programming questions, I know we have some providers on the call with us today. So if you have a group of families and parents who you want to put a group together, you can go ahead and contact me. And I can work with you to kind of send out a specialized flyer, pick a time, and, kind of make a group, pre-form a group for you that either Nancy or one of our other EFNEP educators across the state can teach. So, and like I said, we're doing these remote lessons right now, but coming in the fall, we'll be able to offer some in-person groups, and we would obviously work together to find a convenient location, either at your sites or elsewhere in the community, so it would be close for parents to travel to go to those classes. So yeah, so you could reach out to myself or Nancy directly, or use that QR code to learn more about our program.
Perfect. Yeah, that's great. I'll be sure to include all that information in the comments here. Okay, yeah, awesome. So what other opportunities is your organization offering at this time that you'd like to share about with our network watching today?
Well, an important thing I'd like to share is we would love to add to our team of EFNEP educators. So we had plans to hire before COVID, and then we kind of put that on pause, and then we thought we'd go ahead and hire this summer. Unfortunately, we've kind of been hearing from people that they're just not ready to take on a job right now. Maybe families don't know exactly what their childcare plan is for the summer. I think we're all adjusting to getting back out there and returning to normal, but we're just not exactly ready. So we're going to postpone hiring a little bit. We thought maybe a better time to hire would be after school starts. Families will just have a better idea when we get to the fall about, will their kids be learning remotely? Will their kids be in person? So we will be hiring in several counties: Larimer County, Arapahoe, Denver, and possibly Jefferson County in the fall. So if what Nancy described sounds like something you would like to do, we would love to find some parents who would like to be EFNEP educators. And the great thing is, you don't need a nutrition degree. You don't need a teaching certificate. Really, we're going to teach you everything that you would need to know to be a good EFNEP educator. We have a full paid extensive training program. So all you would need to become an EFNEP educator is a high school diploma or GED. We do teach our lessons in both English and Spanish, so we are looking for bilingual applicants, and we teach everywhere in the community. We like to bring our classes, whether remotely or in person, to our parents. So you do need a valid driver's license, although we reimburse for mileage. So if you're someone who's passionate about helping others and really outgoing and enjoys learning, as Nancy said, I think in the whole 7.5 years Nancy's worked for us, she's continued to learn and grow and change her lifestyle choices as well. So if that sounds appealing to you, we'll get back in touch in the fall, because we'll be looking for people to register and learn about EFNEP and become part of our team.
Yeah, we'd be happy to help out with any kind of networking we can do for that for you. So that'd be great. Awesome. Well, you guys have shared a wealth of information, and I thank you so much for your time. I'll hand it off to you guys if you guys want to just share any kind of final suggestions, feedback, or updates for our network watching. Otherwise, we'll give you your day back.
Yeah, we hope that this information was beneficial for you, and please reach out to us and we can tell you much more about the program. We'd love for you to enroll in EFNEP and get some of this great information. So thanks again for having us.
Of course.
And we hope to meet some of you soon, whether virtually or in person.
Yeah, whatever life throws. Yeah, exactly. Thank you both so much. We'll see everybody next week. Have a good day.
Okay, very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.